The solution is in each of us, and it's a simple yes-no answer. Welcome to Transcendence, the channel to feel good with yoga and nature. I'm Leela G, and I've been a well-being consultant for more than 20 years. This episode is part of a series to inspire us to navigate through the current world crisis. What do we need to do? What must we do now? We need to come out the other side, being co-creators, strong and serene of the new world that is being born at this moment as we speak and as you watch me. Are you up for this? Well, in yoga, we are aware that what is around us is mirrored in what is in us. And as a consequence, we have the power to influence the world around us. And in the light of this, yogis around the world live as much as possible in the respect of their own nature and the nature around us, around them, which include, of course, the respect of animals. Now, our own nature and that of many animals is led by feelings and emotions. And what is it that we mostly feel at the moment? We are all saddened, frightened, worried, wondering what's going to happen. We long to be reassured that things are going to be okay. Is it the end of the world? Is it the end of our freedom to speak, to move, to travel, to buy? Is it the end of our freedom to move around, to buy, to express our opinion? Will we go hungry? Will we have to fight for our lives? Will there be more wars and more natural disasters? One thing is for sure. Nature will win the last battle. Our choice is to be with her or against her. And as we are all in this together, if evil wins in the first place, then we all lose, humans and animals alike. So, the good must win as soon as possible and with as little damage as possible. When I was learning art therapy in Steiner education, I learned that the main difference between humans and animals is that we have the power and the freedom to choose between what's right and what's wrong. It's a human concept, good and evil, isn't it? In my work, I often meet people like you, I guess, like me, who wonder, who am I? What am I here for? What is my calling? What is the meaning of my life? And very often they say, I want a better world, but I'm alone. I feel so small. Everyone else just does bad things, so whatever I do is pointless. Well, here's my reply today. No more. Away, stop with this attitude of helplessness. Times are ripe now for a change. You are not alone. There are millions of people out there who want and who are in the middle of the change. You are powerful and you are not alone. There are millions of people out there who are doing the change. Be confident, shine your light. But how do we do that in everyday life? Well, here's a tip, the tip of today, your power. It's just a yes or no question. Before you do something, just answer the question, is this thing that I'm about to do making me feel or giving me some feeling of guilt, of unease, of heaviness? Or Is it giving me a feeling of light joy and unconditional love? Simple, yes, no question. And I'll give you a few examples of this. But beware, some things you're going to see will create a feeling of disgust, maybe sadness, deep sadness, anger. And some will give you that feeling of tenderness, love, and motivation. Some of the ideas you will hear will be so novel to you that they might shock you. But all I'm asking from you is that you take the next few minutes with an open heart, with an empty mind, and that you let these things resonate in you, so that in the end, you can feel in your own guts, you can feel in your own heart. The solution is in each of us, and it's a simple yes-no answer. Do you like this or this? If you enjoy one above everything else, and no matter what, you should go on shopping for industrial produce and processed foods from supermarkets. If you prefer the atmosphere of picture 2, you should enjoy buying from your local organic farmers as much as possible, grow your own fruit and veg, and why not? Let a couple of hens plotter about and give you eggs. Do you like this or this? If you like one, you could eat halal, kosher, or indeed any industrially produced meat. If you like two, you could eat small amounts of animals only, or none. And only those you know have had a good life and a humane death. Do you like this or this? This choice, for me, is the one I personally struggle with. On the one hand, there is allopathic medicine, which inflicts on animals, our creation siblings, the most painful and degrading tortures you could possibly imagine, and in amounts we simply cannot imagine. A type of medicine which has made humans weaker and older over the years, and which maintains people in so-called life by artificial means. But I use this medicine occasionally because it has kept me and my loved ones alive when I refused to die or when I didn't want them to die. Okay? Yeah. On the other hand, there are natural and harmless medicines such as Ayurveda, homeopathy, plant therapy, psychotherapy, yoga therapy. I'd be interested in getting your input on this hard choice of mine in the comments. Should I totally refuse Western medicine on moral grounds, even if this means dying when I feel I can still be useful to the world? Do you like this or this? If you like one, you will want to go on buying for yourself and for your family piles of poor quality things and clothes and equipment that you don't really need, and stock them up until you throw them away. A dozen t-shirts and tops and skirts and trousers for $6 each, and for a total of $144, and a lot of harm to the planet. If you like two, chances are that you'd love to spend the same $144 on 3 or 4 locally made cotton, hemp, or linen outfits, and keep them forever, because your skin breathes, they don't wear and tear, and you look yourself in them. Do you like this or this? If number one is what you opt for, then you should go on bearing large numbers of children, because your religions tell you to, or because you need young slaves to work and bring money home for you, or because you want more child benefits from taxpayers, or because you want to impress your husband or your neighbors. If number one is what you opt for, you should go on supporting international organizations that for the past 70 years have made people around the world believe that they can be fed by some miracle from God knows where. And those organizations that at the same time fail to impose contraception, leading to overpopulated, never-ending wars and famine, and general illness, weakness and misery. They impose vaccinations. They are therefore perfectly able to put contraception into place too. If, on the contrary, you love children and want them to have the best chances in life, where they have shelter, food, access to nature and education to love and well-being, if you want them to live in a world where there is room for them, where they are wanted, where they can live in peace and trust and love for all sentient beings of the creation and our planet, you could donate to organizations that provide contraception, education, free sterilization. This will reduce overpopulation humanely, instead of through famine, wars and viruses. Another thing you could do is speak out loud and openly about this truth as a major cause of world depletion, because it has so far been kept as the ultimate hush-hush taboo, the elephant in the room that no one speaks about. Your power is also to dare say truth. Some are even considering putting pressure on international organizations for them to make it a crime against humanity to put to the world children you cannot feed or shelter. Do you like this? Or this? If you want number one to go on, then you can pretend this is not your problem and look the other way, as most people did during the Holocaust. Remember, in the 21st century, abuse and torture of weak victims, children, animals, weak wives, will soon be seen by the world for what it is. So, you can choose to support cultures that allow such behaviors by buying things that are made there. You can pretend all is okay when you see someone abuse the weak. If you love life in all its forms and shapes, you will donate to national parks or wildlife restoration initiatives. You will vote for parties that support interspecies justice. When you see someone in your neighborhood on your tourist path that abuses weaker beings, you will pluck up your courage and tell them it is not acceptable, and you will stand your ground. In short, before you do anything, before every action you take, before every step you take, hold back and ask yourself the question, how am I feeling about this? Joy? Do I want to do this? Is this what I'm about to do or say in the left or in the right side of the choice? Besides, we need to choose our camp, not once, but with every step we take. As long as humanity does not transform itself, there can only be more suffering, more battles for all beings on the planet. This is something we all know somewhere secretly, but it helps to say it out loud. In yoga, we have the concept of karma. Every action leads to a reaction. The outcome of this entire thing will depend on your actions, my actions, and those of the biggest mass of people. We will come out of this into a world that can only be either better or worse than the one before. So the question now is, what would you like to do? What actions make you feel empowered, invincible even, because you feel you're on the right track and because you feel that nothing, no one can harm your spirit? And so now, are you going to support organizations that are in the comments of this video? Are you going to share this video with people for them to share with other people until the message goes around the planet, even to decision makers, along with all the other message of so many people right now? Where are you in this? Happy transition. See you in the new world.